This year's team may be unique compared to years past?
It's hard to say. I mean, we do the similar things that we've always done with training and leadership and commitment to doing things right. We maybe have a few more seniors this year that played at our lower level on our lower level teams. They're freshman, sophomore, and junior years, and who are anxious to get their shot and seem to be hungry to play Friday night football, who have put themselves in a position to be successful through their hard work in our training program. So, that we have a few more first-time senior Friday players this year, and that's not a bad thing. That's just a function of we've had some guys previously that they couldn't crack the lineup in, but they've worked hard to put themselves in a position to be able to play, and that's exciting to be able to see that come to fruition as coaches. I can't wait to see them play.
Where did you want to see this team grow during this offseason heading into this year?
Well, I heard the guys talking to you earlier. I mean, we need to get an edge. We need to be the aggressor. It just really felt like, and that this is players, coaches, all of us, we just kind of sat back the last couple of years and just kind of dipped our toe in the water and didn't really get after it right away. We've played good football. We've come up on the short end in a lot of fourth quarter games the last couple of years, and I think some of that has to do with the fact that we've just kind of sat back and waited instead of being the aggressor and the old saying, beat the guy to a punch. We need to be that person that gets the first punch in and is the aggressor in all situations.
Obviously, you want to see that from your entire team, but who are some of the guys that you want to see stepping up and leading that charge this year?
Well, all our seniors, we will be as good as our seniors allow us to be, and that's true every single year that you play. We try to really get that message into our seniors that they will take us as far. We will go as far as their leadership takes us. All of the seniors really collectively. You interviewed Finley, you interviewed Dylan Oberlin, Kyle Brandt, Zach Sturry, Zach Buell, and those are just a couple of guys that have played 2 and 3 years of football for us, and there's a lot of others that have worked really hard to get themselves in a position as well.
Let's talk about Finley for just a second. What are you hoping he does with his senior year, with coming off a year like he had last year?
Well, he continues to improve. He's improved in all areas. He's improved on blocking, catching the ball as well. He just needs to make people get him on the ground. He needs to be a full-speed runner, a one-cut north and south guy, and make people tackle him. He's a big, strong kid. We tell that to our backs that we can't stop and dart around and buzz our feet around. We've got to make and slow down and allow people to tackle us. We've got to make people tackle us by running hard and running through them.
What's Angola's bread and butter going to be this season? Is it going to be more on the offensive side, on the defensive side? What's looking really strong for Angola?
Well, we've gotten better every day in all aspects of offense, defense, special teams, and I'd hate to pick one side or the other. I think both sides are working really hard. We've got tough kids and hungry kids, and a mix of kids that have some good experience on both sides of the ball. So we have to be good in all phases to be able to compete this year.
Cool. And what's a good goal for the Hornets this season?
Well, we've had a good record in the last 5 to 7 years in the big division of our conference. We played good football. We only have 2 championships to show for it, so we need to get back to winning conference championships again, and that's not easy. The other side, I mentioned that we've lost some fourth quarter games. We played some all-time great teams in our conference the last couple of years that they've had something to say about that, but I know it's a cliche, we're a 1 week at a time, 1 game at a time operation. And in our conference with as few games as there are, you can't afford to lose a game. So you have to put your heart and soul into it 1 week at a time and take it 1 game at a time. And we need to get back to being a factor in our conference. We have been, but it's nice to we don't have anything to show for it. We need to bring some hardware home this year.
Well said, Coach. Last one I got for you, just what gets you excited about this upcoming season?
Well, it's football. It's nothing like it, nothing like Friday Night Lights in the world, and I really mean nothing. This is the greatest game in the world because we're doing things that you cannot teach in any other walk of society, any other form of society, and Friday nights are not about the coaches. It's about the players and celebrating celebrating their hard work and all the things that they do in this game. So it's just awesome. I just love football. Have loved it for a long time. And when you're a coach or a parent, whatever, you're proud and excited to see those guys perform.
And you can just look at me throughout the interview. Dylan, what makes this year's group unique compared to years past?
I feel like it's just a different group, and we all get each other. It's more just we're really close as a group, and I feel like we'll have a lot of success because of our closeness and guys willing to do things.
What was something that you guys wanted to come into this season and improve upon from last year?
I feel like our aggressive edge coming into games needs to be a step up, and I feel like we're all taking that into consideration. I feel like that's one thing that we're focusing on.
Is there examples that you've seen through the summer of seeing that I can tell our edge is up, our intensity is up?
Seeing guys who are seniors who are stepping their first time on the football field doing incredibly well is always a good sign. Like I see some guys who previously weren't starting as juniors and they come out as seniors and they're hitting hard and they're doing things that I've never seen from them until this year.
Right on. Who are we missing this year? Like, who are some guys that are left that are going to be, tough to replace?
I mean, we have some tough kids who left last year, but I feel like we've filled those spots pretty well, and all the kids who fill those spots are willing to do everything that they did in the past, and they're coming out with an edge and hitting some people.
What are going to be some keys to success this year for Angola?
I feel like as a group, as long as we're all committed, and we've seen it all summer, we are committed, and getting past these last 2 weeks, I've seen everything that I think we need, and I feel like more than anything, just keeping that edge throughout and just coming out and hitting people right off the bat. Don't gauge the enemy, just hit them.
You play both sides of the ball?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first we'll talk about what's some strengths of this defense this year.
We have guys who I've never seen play until on a varsity field until this year, and they just come in and they're just crazy. And we've guys who I just feel like are ready to hit people all the time and just ready to step up no matter what.
What about on the offensive side of the ball?
The offensive side, I feel like we have same thing, just guys who hit people and love doing it, and they come out ready to work and work hard for coaches and do everything they're supposed to do.
How many years have you been on varsity?
2.
This is your second year?
Yep.
Okay, so you saw a very successful season last year. What does it take to win for Angola?
Everybody has to buy in and do what they're told and step up as leaders and just flourish as a group.
And then lastly, what would be a good goal for this Hornets team this year?
I'd like to improve as a group, and just overall, I mean, we've all said it. We've looked at the conference championship. We want to get back to a conference championship team.
Looking back heading into this season, what were things you guys wanted to improve on for this year?
We definitely, a big theme with us was play with an edge more, So like that coming out flat, we wanted to eliminate that. Be the aggressor is an idea, Just come out and stick it to them first and play like we know we're better than we are, something in that realm.
Can you explain to me a little bit more about, what gaining an edge is? Coming out this year, how have you guys shown a more of an edgier group?
Well, I think the main problem we were having with it is we'd come out and then the first couple plays would be gauging the opponent more than trying to actually be productive with it. We would be kind of timid or afraid, but this year we're trying to eliminate that, and we're hopefully just going to, not so much play like nastier, but between the whistles, just get after them.
Speaking of that word, we'll start on offense. What makes this year's Angola offense pretty nasty?
I like the combination of guys we have. I think that Tyler's going to be a good quarterback for us. I think that we can run the ball and throw the ball, and we can be fancy with it, even with some of our different things that we'll do.
What about the defensive side?
Same thing. I like some of the guys that have stepped up a lot. They've shown recently that they're much different than they were last year, especially we have guys on both sides of the ball who didn't play at all last year, seniors that are stepping foot on the varsity field for the first time this year, and I'm very excited to see what they can do.
With some big guys on offense gone this year, like your brother or
Mm-hmm.
Gage.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like your role is going to be as one of the more experienced guys on this offensive side that needs to step up?
Well, I think I'm obviously going to have to do a lot of the ball carrying, but I'm also very excited. I enjoy blocking for anyone else, really. I kind of like getting after it like that, and I think that as much as anything, I'm going to have to be a leader of sorts, provide the energy, I guess, is the main thing I'll have to do.
Are you not much of a vocal guy?
I would say that I might not have been previously. Like, I might have to get a little better at it. I don't think I was ever opposed to being a vocal leader,
Okay, right on. What's the goals to winning? You've been a part of this program through the highs and lows. Like, what does it take to have a successful Angola program?
It just takes a lot of commitment, and we're through the hardest part of it in the summer. But we've had a huge majority of the guys are very committed. They'll show up on time, do what's asked of them, and they'll lay it all out there on the game field. And I think that's in the end what'll help us do well.
Cool. And just on one more for you, just what can Angola fans expect from this team this year?
I guess I hope that they pick up the edge that we try and bring to it. That's about all I can say. I just hope we come out with that edge and that it's a visible difference from like our Week 10 game last year, and how we get after them.